Hi everybody, I'm Babaloo, and today I will be looking at one of my favorite childhood games, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Wait a second, go back a bit. Did I say it was one of my favorite childhood games? No. What I meant to say was that it was a game that I started playing when I was at an appropriate age. Of course. Now, fun fact about Conker's Bad Fur Day was that it was originally intended to be kid-friendly, and it was called Conker 12 Tales, until the developers at Rareware decided that they had too many happy, fluffy, kid-friendly games like Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong. So they decided to take Conker in a whole new direction. And did they ever. Now, the main premise of Conker's Bad Fur Day is that our main character Conker has a few too many drinks and ends up getting lost as he stumbles home. But before he can realize where he's going, he stumbles on to this crazy land that's ruled by the Panther King. All Conker wants to do is get home and be with his girlfriend Barry. But the Panther King has a different idea. He's upset because his table that he always puts his glass of milk on is missing a leg. So naturally, he calls on his head scientist to fix the problem. The scientist discovers that a red squirrel would be the perfect height to be the leg for his table. So he sends out his minions to capture Conker. Yeah, this is a really solid story. On Conker's way home, he meets a few colorful characters, like Birdie the Scarecrow. The best way I can describe Birdie is if you take the dancing scarecrow from Majora's Mask, and then take away all his hopes, dreams, happiness, and give him some alcohol, and bam! You got Birdie. There's also my favorite, Greg the Grim Reaper, who you meet the first time you die in the game. He explains to you how your lives work. Throughout the world, there'll be these red fluffy tails, you just get those, and then you get more lives. Then you're thrown back into the game by his massive hand. Other great characters are the Queen Bee, Rodent, the King Bee, and the, Busty Flower. Yeah, see, the King Bee wants to pollinate the flower, so you have to get the little tickling bees from around this area and get them to tickle the flower so that we can see her flower boobs in all their 64-bit glory. Yeah. And there's one character that you absolutely have to mention if you're talking about Conker's Bad Fur Day, but I'll let him introduce himself.
Me. I am the great Mighty Poo, and I'm going to throw my shit at you. A huge supply of tish comes from my chocolate starfish. How about some scat, you little twat?
Yes, the Great Mighty Poo is very famous amongst Conker fans. And how do you beat the Great Mighty Poo? Why, throwing toilet paper at him. How else would you do it? Oh shit. Yeah, I'm real mature. One thing that I really love about this game is its movie parodies. These parodies include Saving Private Ryan, Jaws, The Matrix, and Alien. I just have one problem with the Matrix parody. See here, I'm doing the whole Matrix thing, but I get shot. The whole point is that you're not supposed to be able to get shot! But I digress. The game finally comes to a conclusion when Conker is face to face with the Panther King. And to get Conker to bend to his will as a table leg, he gets Barry killed, which is very shocking. And for the first time, we see Conker, who is absolutely devastated. All he wanted to do this whole time was just go home, and now this. And then bang, a xenomorph bursts from the Panther King's chest and we have our final fight. If you've ever played Super Mario 64, this should be a pretty easy fight. Just punch senseless, grab the tail, spin, and throw out the door. After you do this a few times, we have our final cutscene. The alien crawls back in and is about to kill Conker when suddenly the game freezes. And that's another thing I love about this game, is its fourth wall breaks. Conker then talks to the game developers and says that he won't tell anybody about this little mishap if they help him out in this fight. So let him choose any weapon he wants. He takes a katana, a Pulp Fiction reference, and they then send him back to the throne room. Conker kills the king and in turn is made the king. But he doesn't want to be king. He just wants to go home and be with Barry. But that whole life is gone now. So this is one of those rare games where there isn't really a happy ending. Roll credits. Then we have an after credit scene where we see Conker at the bar that he was at in the beginning of the game. But if you watch closely, in the beginning of the game, Conker stumbles out of the bar and goes left. This time, Conker stumbles out, looks to the left, realizes he doesn't want anything to do with this new life, and turns to the right and walks away. And now for multiplayer. Multiplayer includes games such as War, where there are two kinds of different wars. There's the one which is basically squirrels versus teddies, and in this game, squirrels are the Allies in World War II and teddies are the Nazis. That's just the way it is. And this game is basically kill more players than the other team by the time the timer's up. The other version is Colors, which is basically capture the flag. And in these games you have weapons such as katanas, sniper rifles, Uzis, bazookas, flamethrowers, and poisonous gas, which will take out everybody on the field unless you have a gas mask or are in a safe area. Then there's tanks, which is the exact same as war, except with tanks. And then race, where you race on a course and try and destroy each other, is not the best one. And beach, which is basically survival mode, where you play as a civilian and just try to get to a safe area. Another one called raptor, which is basically cavemen versus raptors, where the cavemen try to get eggs and the raptors try to kill the cavemen. I'm pretty sure you can guess which race it's fun to play as. Then there's heist, where you have to get in, get the money, and get out before the other players get it from you first. And finally, there's an everyman for himself multiplayer, where thanks to the power of cheat codes, you can play as Conker, Neo-Conker, the Teddy Leader, the General of the Squirrels, and my favorite, Greg the Grim Reaper. So overall, Conker's Bad Fur Day really caters to the people who enjoy immature humor or parody humor, and because of that, I really liked it. But if that's not your thing, you've been forewarned if you actually want to play it. So I'm gonna give Conker's Bad Fur Day my rating of pretty good. It's a very fun and funny game, but it has a very weak story and sometimes very frustrating controls. But I mean, lots of games do, so I'm not going to hold it against it that much. And now I would like to ask you guys, what was your favorite game growing up? Could be a video game or hey, even a board game. Just put it down in the comments to let me know.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Before I let you go, I just want to let you guys know that if you haven't gotten enough of me, you can follow me on Twitter @Babaloo or like my Facebook page, facebook.com/Babaloo. That way you can get updates when new videos come out. You can also check out some of my older videos, which I'm showing you here, and click that like and subscribe button. It really helps out a lot. Thanks for watching.